Dear participants, thank you for joining our session, How to Capture the Entrepreneurial Potential of Women. I warmly welcome all of you on behalf of our entire team. I would like to introduce them. So, Virág Zsár, Head of Division for International Cooperation from HÉTFA Research Institute, Hungary. Orsolya Gergely, Assistant Professor at Sapiencia, Hungarian University of Transylvania from Romania. Jürgen Reisner, Director of Steinbeis Transfer Center, East-West Joint Ventures, Germany. Fanny Erzsébet Tóth, Lecturer at Sigmund Freud University, Austria. And I'm the moderator, Fanny Bobák, Senior International Expert, also from HÉTFA Research Institute. So, yes, again, we're really glad to know you here. The session is about how to capture the entrepreneurial potential of women, and during which we will demonstrate various approaches in education and in business to boost the entrepreneurial mindset. And why with this group of speakers? Because we have to share with you that we are from a project partnership. It's an Erasmus Plus project called Power. You will hear about it more details later on. But this project aims to empower female students from any fields of the higher education to get engaged in entrepreneurship by reinforcing their high level soft and transversal skills. Lots of outputs are already prepared in the frame of this project, and we would like to share our experiences with you. So, as different approaches, you will hear about a research study, also a developed curriculum, a mentorship and support point program, and the methodology of a winter and summer school. Well, but first of all, we are really keen to know your opinion in a few questions. So, well, it's quite hard to check who are on the other side of the camera in this virtual session, but let's give it a try. So please join at slido.com or use the QR code that you can see there, and use the code 86091. I give you a few more minutes to join by sharing this how to join slide, and then I will turn to the game. So just a little bit to shake you up, shake us up in this Saturday morning, and speak about a few questions really connected to this entrepreneurial education, why it's important. Okay, so let's go. Also, first of all, let's see if there's, well, I believe it there's, maybe it's really early in the morning, but let's try the game. Let's see the questions, or even, because it's actually showing a few interesting topics which we'll speak about later on. So what do you think making money motivates men or women more to create a business? There's a couple of seconds left. And then well, yes, actually it's men. I have to share, I mean, also in our research study, and it's also in an OECD Entrepreneurship at Glance highlight, that women are more interested in hobby and interest for making a business. So let's see the next one. Yeah. So out of the 49 countries surveyed by the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor in 2018, how many show equal total entrepreneurship activity rates between women and men? Well, I'm interested. What do you think? Let's see. Well, the right answer is actually, wow, it's Yes, it's only 6, which is equal rate. And before turning to the last question, so there's 52% of the total European population make up by women. And what do you think about how many women of the European Union are self-employed? It's a rate, actually. I gave it here a little bit more time. Yes, okay. Well, the right answer is 34.4%. Yes. Okay, so yeah, it's interesting, and really, you will hear more. You will really hear why this entrepreneurship education is and why should we empower female students? Yes. So then one more. It's a word cloud actually, so it's an open question. What do you think? What are the main hindrances and challenges women facing when starting their own business? You can give us more answers. Anything you think are really challenging? Yes, it's absolutely children, gender roles, lack of capital, lack of self-confidence, lack of network, mentality. Self-confidence, family. Yes, sure. We'll go more in detail during the next presentation about this problem, but we are really, really thankful for your answers. And then I give the floor. To our presenter, Virag Jhar, Head of Division for International Cooperation at HÉTFA, HÉTFA Research Institute. And I'm just a quick reminder that have your phones next to you, because we will need it at the really end of our session. So Virag, the floor is yours.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Fanny, for the introduction, and I'm very pleased to be here with you in this early but sunny morning, at least in Hungary. As I was introduced already, I'm the head of division for international cooperation at HÉTFA Research Institute, which is based in Budapest, Hungary. We are coordinating this project, which will be presented in nutshells, but also by our other panelists, our other speakers, some important features and outputs will be also presented. So what is this IFEM Power? You see on the screen, it's the interactive and mentorship-based female empowerment in the field of entrepreneurship. What I will talk about just in a few words. So basically, what was that we learned from previous research, either done by EU, the GEM that has been already mentioned, or by our research studies at HÉTFA or within the project. What were the messages? So how we should move forward the issue with regard to boosting female entrepreneurship. And then I will present you the main features. So what were our answers in our project? What are the objectives and who are the partners behind this initiative, behind this project, and what activities are done? So what have you learned from previous research? I just would like to ask you to make a your eyes closed and think in a situation of a girl at a university bench. So if you are a girl in higher education, what we know is that you are getting increasingly educated than your male counterparts, which means that nowadays in the EU, 54% of students at higher education are women. However, you have to cope with an education system which is getting more and more outdated because it promotes lexical knowledge instead of entrepreneurial mindset. And it completely fails to prepare students for independent work. This is what we learned from our study carried out in HÉTFA. And what female students perceive as greatest constraints to business formation and success is the lack of capital, especially in case of girls. This is a huge problem that they are facing if they are thinking about getting access to financial assets and launching a company. Then the necessary training and business knowledge, which is important to start this business, and financial discrimination. Last but not least, it's also important to say that if you start your own business, as a female student at the university bench, you most probably lack the self-confidence. So your own view on yourself to start the business, that you think that you are not sure that you are able to start the business and make it successful. But on the other hand, as I already said, but in other words, the hard resources are also in many cases very far from the students. So they are not aware where they could get financial and capital. And soft resources are many cases also missing. So management experiences, the personal networks with whom they could build up their entrepreneurship, and supporting environment, support from the family, schools, parents, and the society at large. So this is what concerns university students, especially if they are female. What happens when they finally start an entrepreneurship as a female student? And what they have to face when they start their enterprise and they became female entrepreneurs. So what we see is that the ratio of female entrepreneurs having tertiary education is 33% at EU level, which is higher than that of males. What does this mean? Female entrepreneurs are more educated. So even if they don't have the self-confidence and they think that they don't have the necessary knowledge to start their business, they do have. They are just cannot believe from themselves that they have the necessary assets for that. What are the main motivations behind starting your business? This is the key information, I think, because this can help us to formulate the programs and the interventions to boost women entrepreneurship. First, it is the flexibility which is provided by the entrepreneurial lifestyle, and which might make think that through entrepreneurship, the work-family, the work-life balance can be achieved. What our interview with also confirmed us that as a female entrepreneur, you can much better seek for self-fulfillment, personal development, and recognition of your knowledge, your skills. So it's a great opportunity to make your career and make it visible. The third issue why females start entrepreneurship is to help others, to make impact, especially societal impact. But also the lack of job, the ability to reintegrate into labor market can be important motivation. And there is also an important group of female entrepreneurs who always wanted to be entrepreneurs, even if this group is not that high, but they want to realize what they planned for quite long time. So these are the different motivations behind female entrepreneurship, which gives us quite a clue how to tackle this issue. Although each of our people, interviewed people, female entrepreneurs, confirmed us that entrepreneurial lifestyle requires much more effort and resources to meet your goals. So even if you can work in flexible manner, even if you can work at home, even if you have a great freedom to realize your dreams and ideas, you have to put much more effort in it. But still, even if you are a women entrepreneur, you still self-assess the level of innovation, the level of scope, the financial capacities of your own business lower than the male counterparts. So still, the lack of self-confidence is a key issue, even if you became female entrepreneur. And what else should be mentioned here? What we observed and other studies also observed that female entrepreneurs generally don't start from scratch. So they start their business gradually, first beside the university studies or beside being employed in part-time at other jobs or during the maternity leave. So they just need a security, especially if they have family, to have security and build up their entrepreneurship gradually. It is also important, and this was highlighted in the introductory game, that if you are a female entrepreneur, you are less motivated by economic growth. So the economic income, the financial income of your business than men, which is again very much telling. And even if we have all these assets, we have to say, and the GEM report said that women entrepreneurs have increasingly vital role, social terms, professional terms, economic terms, to make countries, economies and developing countries more developed, more knowledge and innovation driven. What we also have to say, so if you are a female entrepreneur, you put a lot of efforts in developing either yourself, either your services, either your products or your employees. So again, this kind of social engagement and social impact is there. However, again, we have to see that there are a number of challenges that female entrepreneurs are struggling with, and they have to develop strategies to overcome them. So these challenges can be divided into different groups. Here you see our division, which we presented in the IFEM Power report. So there are challenges at personal level, the double burden, the family issues, how to deal with the housework, children raising, and so on and so forth. Then at the management and decision making of the companies, the women generally prefer stay back if they can choose. But there are also other assets, or again, the access of capital. If you go to a bank, you are more, you have more chances to get lower capital, to ask lower capital than men. And of course, your environment, so the whole society, your smaller community, your family, how they think about entrepreneurship and women's role in the labor market. This is a very brief introduction, what we have learned, what is the situation currently. But this is very important to see how should we move forward the issue. So the key issue is that we have to shape women's attitude, their self-confidence, the values, motivations to encourage entrepreneurial activity. How this can be done most efficiently? Again, what we learned is that the most valued resources during establishing a firm by women were the support received from peers. So entrepreneurs who have started their business a bit earlier, having already valuable experiences, valuable network, valuable knowledge. The family members, again, the supporting environment, as I previously said, the support of spouses, the parents, and the bigger family, and mentors if there are there. So again, those dedicated persons who aim to provide mentorship for beginners. the most appreciated programs which can support female entrepreneurs are programs and trainings organized at universities. As I said, the university teaching is rather outdated. However, all programs and trainings supporting entrepreneurial mindset can be motivating and useful. And this is why we are here, because this section where our panel is applied for and approved is talking about making entrepreneurial mindset, making entrepreneurial thinking much more important at universities. But besides there are grant screens, startup accelerators, and again, women business angels, organizations, associations of women entrepreneurs, which can provide support for female entrepreneurs. And so this is why our project were elaborated and were launched. It is an Erasmus Plus project which started basically 2 years ago, and we are in the last year of our project implementation. This is a wonderful project with 9 partners from 7 countries across Europe. And what we are aiming here within this project is to prepare a more entrepreneurship-friendly course and university environment with higher education, which already paves the way towards entrepreneurship for female students. We also provide mentoring, networking opportunities. Also, it's possible to get internship. And the whole project and all activities provides visibility to women entrepreneurs who are already on the field, who have valuable experiences, and who can provide good practice role models for our students. Here we see our objectives. The objectives of HÉTFA Power is to empower female students in getting and paving the way towards entrepreneurship. And this is done through a very important focus on knowledge, skill development. Both soft and hard skills matter here. This will be presented by the next presenter, how this goes in our project. We also develop innovative tools, educational and training methods, primarily for female students in higher education institutions, but also they will be available for any interested women, females who thinks about starting entrepreneurship. And last but not least, we are promoting entrepreneurial mindset, making entrepreneurship attractive for university students. And how we do it? By building a very strong network among higher education institutions, so universities and businesses, business support organizations. Here you see our partnership. As I said, it is our institute, HÉTFA Research Institute, who is coordinating this project, who initiated this project. It's almost basically 3 years ago. And our project partners are recruited from universities. 4 different countries are involved here: Hungary, Romania, Austria, and Iceland. And we also have businesses, business support organizations who can give very important inputs for these universities, how to develop courses, how to make something really, really innovative and really close to life experience for students. The main activities that we are doing, I have already referred to our preliminary research, which was conducted with female entrepreneurs, with business support organizations to discover the situation of female entrepreneurs, their challenges, their strategies developed. You can reach this on our homepage, HÉTFApower.eu, Women Entrepreneurs in Europe. And here we have very nice interviews and case studies with basically almost 100 of female entrepreneurs and business support organizations and experts from 7 countries of Europe. Then our partners were developing an international module which is tested at the universities. This is divided into a curriculum and a teaching material, so knowledge base, and then a base and a good method toolkit for teachers how to boost soft skills, hard skills, which are necessary for entrepreneurial mindset. Then we will also conduct intensive study programs, winter and summer schools for some students. And this whole module and the study programs are backed by a mentorship, professional mentorship program. So we link all the different actors at all stages of the project to ensure the best outcomes. Last but not least, to open up our project, so as I said, the primary focus is on higher education, but the female entrepreneurship support points are available in every partner country for basically any women who is interested in launching a business. So not only at higher education institutions, but at all partners. Direct consultation is provided for them, personal consultation. And besides this and backing this, an online toolkit is being developed. This is not yet ready, but will be made available on our website in the next few months. So this is our project in a nutshell, and this will be finalized in a final study before the project ends, and the results will be synthesized and made available. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you have any questions, I will be very pleased to answer them at the end of this panel. So thanks again, and I give back the word to my colleague.
So yes, thank you, Riek, for this presentation and to give us an overview about the whole project. And I would like just to highlight that you can ask questions during the whole session in the SF platform, and at the end we will have a separated Q&A session. So now I'm giving the floor to Orsolya Gergely from Sapiencia, Hungary University from Transylvania, to speak about our curriculum prepared and our experiences.
Good morning everyone, buongiorno a tutti. Mi dispiace che adesso non sono in Trieste, però adesso in quest'anno così succede una conferenza. Good morning to everyone. I'm so disappointed that at this moment I cannot be in Trieste, but anyhow I'm glad that our presentation can take place in such way in this year. So as my colleague Virag Shah presented, our whole project has a lot of outputs, and one of these outputs is my task today to present in nutshell to you about the developed module for university female students, and a curriculum and teaching material for those female students who or think that they someday will become entrepreneurs, or only want to learn something about entrepreneurship. I will discuss shortly about our module, what kind of hard and soft skill will be developed during this course. And I want also to share about our experiences based on the first semester, because this module started in spring semester last academic year. So from February 2020, and now in this autumn we'll start the next semester. And of course we have to mention the situation caused by this virus pandemic situation, which somehow rearranged all the teaching method, not everything, but the way of teaching and holding the courses. So the curriculum was elaborated by the Bifrost University, since they have big experience in field of women entrepreneur education program, and they are our partners. The curriculum, of course, rely of the outcomes of intellectual output, which was mentioned also by Virag Jar, a big research in 7 countries, by each partner university and each project partner, and these outcomes from this research had a major impact. This was the main starting point to develop the curriculum and the teaching material as well. You can ask, why is needed a whole new teaching module? Because a lot of universities, students can learn about how to start a business, how to run a business, how to make a business plan. Why is our teaching module is different? We think that our aim with the course is twofold. On the one hand, we want a theoretical background, to give a theoretical background to students, but in the same case, in the other hand, altogether, always to give an important aspect of women entrepreneurship during the whole 2-semester course. So it's very important in our point of view, and the course is relying on this, that the knowledge about the characteristics of women's entrepreneurship, a very large scale of knowledge about the gender-related challenges and risks women entrepreneurs have to face, which we started in the warm-up a few seconds, what we think that, and what are thinking the listeners about these challenges and main obstacles. So the students encounter these knowledge all during the course, knowledge about the gender quality issues within the field of women entrepreneurship. So on one hand, the course aim is providing a theoretical background. On the other hand, the course aimed at providing a safe and supporting environment for participants to develop their soft skills and to strengthen the female students' confidence and the belief of having the capacity and ability and the creativity and everything to launch and to maintain a business. So we wanted to provide participants a safe support platform to voice and share their thoughts, issues, questions, opinions, beliefs about female entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship in whole, the raise awareness and sensation of gender issues, stereotypes of women, and I think I missed to highlight that this course is a whole package, but in each country those who had the course can add a bit local aspect and local color. So during the course in every university, students can discuss about their country, local, regional aspects as well, to develop participants' soft skills such as communication, problem solving, management, risk management skill, interpersonal skills, because thanks to the transnational research, we face the fact that it's not a very, very big difference from women entrepreneurs from Romania and from Iceland, from Spain, from Austria, that they are facing a lot of same situation. And because of this, during the course, we want to develop the participants' soft skills and to strengthen the self-confidence and social interaction and networking through mentoring, and we are engaging in discussions with entrepreneurs, because this is another output of our program, that mentorship program, which about which you all will hear in the next few moments. So who are we, the 4 universities, when this project, this teaching course took place and was launched in this year in early February? The Bifrost University in Iceland, the Corvinus University from Budapest, the Sapientia University from Romania, and Sigmund Freud Private University from Austria, Vienna. So as you can see in these pictures, these are very, very different places where are these university. We were lucky to be able to visit Bifrost last March, and this university is very, very it's in the vicinity of volcano, so you can see that it's a very big difference being in northwest Iceland and in Budapest, in 2 million inhabitants, big metropolitan, or our small town in Romania. So all these universities have their local character, and the students are those students who are frequenting these universities are coming from different environments, but the teaching material and the skills and the module is the same with local coloring. So what were we expecting from these from this teaching university academic course? To have the female students a critical understanding of the issue discussed during the whole course, to have a basic knowledge on concept of gender related issues, equality, gender equality, to be able to identify the barriers and risks they might face individually as women, mothers, young or older women on the entrepreneur world, to have an understanding why women's entrepreneurship requires a targeted support, which we also start and want to offer not only to female students, but for women's entrepreneurs as well from the regions, to have an experience on working in a group and developing ideas, to have tools and approaches to meet and overcome current challenges, even with the help of mentorship program, to meet women entrepreneurs and have real life experience. And I highlighted this because our experience shows that this is very, very important in strengthening the motivation and self-confidence to meet entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, and have real life experience about work-life balance, strategies, difficulties, risk management. And during this course, the course was elaborated by the Corvinus University, the curriculum by Bifrost University, the curriculum by Corvinus University from Budapest, but all the partnership has its input on this, and the whole course was designed to be very, very interactive, very practical, and to be full with such interactive design developer, self-knowledge development, practical practices, and some kind of plays when or during which the female students can develop their design thinking, or have to have insight what kind of practical things can be done when you have an idea. For example, our partnership was like very much this 6-hat thinking. If you put another some kind of color hat, for example the black hat, you have to concentrate only the pessimistic way. Why should I not start a business? Why not? I'm not good at it, and so on and so forth. But when you change the hat, for example, the yellow hat, why is good for me to start a business? And the students just love this kind of interactive games, and can meet with a situation that when the same thing can be viewed with a lot of point of views. From a lot of point of views. And last but not least, learning during COVID times. One classroom picture from our university from April this year. So a lot of students, 24 students are present in this Google Classroom and are listening to one student's presentation where she and her teddy bear are presenting their her business idea. So it wasn't an ideal situation. What were a lot of all the universities try to do it online, this course. But anyhow, at the end of the course, the students gave very good reviews, and so it was had a good impact on their academic year. They said that it was a great experience, very interactive, very helpful, and novel, creative and original. So we are very hopeful that this teaching material can be incorporated in our university's whole academic program. And also we think that since young female students are very, very interested, and even if this is a facultative course, the students were very motivated, and which was even a novelty for us. More than 80% had a good business idea, even for those students who are not studying at the engineering, not an economical program, study program. And the non-students were very interested from the region as well, which can be a future task for our universities, how to present this program and how can be made this program even for the not students as well. And thank you very much for your attention. And as Viragzsár mentioned, your questions are welcome at the end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Orsi, for this great presentation. And yes, so nice feedbacks were collected from the students from also the other universities and everywhere. So it's really nice, and we are just facing the next semester when the experiences are involved. So it will be challenging for all of our university partners again because of COVID situation, but we are really looking forward. So now I give the floor to Jürgen from Germany to introduce our mentorship program and SuperPoint program. The floor is yours, Jürgen.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if some gentlemen are listening to us today. We have 5 speakers here. 4 women, 1 man. Maybe that's the future after all these programs and projects for gender equality become successful. But I'm not worried about this. It's really a great pleasure to work with such strong and professional partners for already 2 years in this project. I would like to share with you, does not work? No. Some ideas about knowledge transfer in an extended way, professional way, target-oriented to prepare entrepreneurs. We heard about the university program. We will hear about summer winter schools and some additional tools to prepare the students to become entrepreneurs. Very important from my point of view, as I come from the business side, is to connect all these participants and all the students with the business sector. And that's done from the very beginning in HÉTFA project. It started with all these interviews, what Virak already mentioned. So we had established very good contacts and with professional business women and understood their situation and their profile. And here on this page, you see just examples from some business women from Germany. We have additionally this component in the program to develop videos to show what business women did to become successful, what were their problems, and what are their recommendations. So there are a lot of videos available now what encourage the students to go this way. And there are among these business women are startups, self-employed women, but also owners and managers of large enterprises. Some started their business from zero, some others took over the business from family. So there are several cases, and for each student it's for sure possible to find cases which are similar with their life situation. To all this knowledge transfer, teaching, coaching, we add some components. One important is the mentorship program. And that's what I would like to point out more, and all the support points what we use here for our HÉTFA. But first, before coming to this, I would go a little bit more back to the history. I'm representing Steinbeis network from Germany in this project, and our head office is in Stuttgart, and the name of Steinbeis Foundation is based on Ferdinand von Steinbeis, promoter of development in the Kingdom of Württemberg. Long time ago, 19th century, you see here what fantastic things he did. Important is, he was founder of vocational schools, women's schools. 19th century, women did not go to school, especially not to professional schools. So he was founder of such schools. And he was also the initiator of dual education. Dual education in Germany is one of the main key success factors for our economic success in Germany. And there are a lot of discussions to export this dual education model to other countries in southern Danube region, for example. And for 10, 15 years are big discussions how to implement this dual education in the countries. It was initiated in the 19th century. In many countries, it's not active and working in the 21st century. I just hope that we do with female entrepreneurship not need to go such a long way, and that our project also helps to speed up this process and to bring more women to business. Input to all this HÉTFA project and of course some ongoing projects and successful implemented projects. We have experiences and we use experiences and synergies from other projects. The Danube Internet was a project to support researchers and the research projects in the Danube region. And we have seen a lot of female researchers. Jörg mentioned already from the studies that exist a lot of women with big potential, big knowledge, and we have seen it in this project. And so it's one thing to have the study. We have the experiences from ongoing and completed projects. So these are all the facts that's known. And anyway, it's necessary to have some projects to foster and to bring women to science. That's also this early innovation initiative or the business plan competition. I just mentioned it to show you that we are looking in a, let's say, comprehensive field to bring women to entrepreneurship. So, and here we come to the mentorship program. So it's an integrated part of the HÉTFA curriculum. So that means the participants at the university receive their credit points for participating in the courses, and they get additional credit points for the mentorship program. It is mentioned, declared from others, that these experiences from the mentorship program are very important also to attract students going to the university and to go to this HÉTFA entrepreneurship module. This is mentioned by the quality assurance of our program. This is also an external view. This week we had some internal discussions, project meetings. There was some also discussion, okay, our other outputs are more important, the curriculum and the summer, winter schools. That's the internal view. I also would fully agree to this, but the external view, also the view of students, this additional component, this mentorship program, which is also mandatory for the students. And this brings the students together with experienced business people, entrepreneurs who went all this way, maybe from university, maybe from other schools or from other professional backgrounds, going to become entrepreneur with all these problems and risks. And they managed, they have done it, and they share these experiences with the student. The mentorship program itself, of course, is not an invention from us. There exist a lot of mentorship programs. Here you see just some examples from the countries in our project. It's not complete, there might be more. But of course, the administration of mentorship program, templates, rules, what agreements and how to meet and all such methodologies are developed by others already, and we use components of all these others and summarize it in a new HÉTFA mentorship program. What is the big difference is HÉTFA mentorship program is for students. Most of the other programs, mentorship programs, are for those who already started a business, for startups, or at least for those who decided to start a business. HÉTFA students at the university don't have such a strict plan. For sure, they don't have a business plan yet, and maybe they even don't have an idea what business to start. But they are open for this idea, and they understand that it might have an advantage for their future to be more independent, to be more flexible, and to do what they want. And for those students, it's very important to have also mentors, but these mentors are different from the mentors in other programs. We need mentors who encourage the participants, and it's not that subject so much to discuss about a business plan and how to be to work on the market. These mentors in IFM Power Project are female entrepreneurs, and with them it's possible to discuss how they organize their family life, how to survive in a male-dominated environment, and of course also how to discuss and negotiate with a man who is at the bank and has to decide about giving a credit or not. So these are some differences. Even basic rules, basic principles of a mentorship program are the same. And additionally, to continue this connection with the business sector is support points what are established in every country of our partnership. This is through these support points, the participants, students can get professional support to answer their questions. Once more, it's not about how to do a registration of a company. That's easy to learn. That's what is possible to learn in many schools and universities. It is more about your question. How is it to be an entrepreneur? How it will change my life? How to survive in such an environment? And these are the questions. It's more about the personality, the person itself, and the big question: am I able to start a business? So such things have to be discussed, and these things are used to be discussed also with entrepreneurs. In Germany, I personally take care about this support point. I have founded some companies on my own for myself. I know what that means, and we also have in our network, of course, female entrepreneurs what can be involved in case it's necessary to discuss more deep. So these are some basic information, and of course the context to these support points. This is just an overview about my companies, and that's why I'm happy to be involved in this project. I founded some companies in different countries. I know what it means to start from zero, and sometimes to lose a lot, sometimes to win a lot. And such things are more important to share in many cases than just how to write a business plan. Okay, so thanks a lot. I'm also available and ready to discuss much more at the end. We will have one more interesting presentation, and then we will continue discussion. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jürgen. Thanks for highlighting these two different outputs of the project, that one for students and the other also open for not only students, and how real life experiences and support from and role models are important. And now I give the floor to our last presenter, Fanny Erzsébet from Vienna, Austria, from Sigmund Freud University, to speak about our methodology for the winter and summer school, which is also a really important part of our, actually also really close to the curriculum. So Fanny, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Euroscience Open Forum. Unfortunately, I'm not talking to you from Trieste, but from the sunny Vienna. And I'm going to talk about female entrepreneurship and especially entrepreneurship preparation during an international summer and winter school in the framework of a special project, which was implemented in the framework of Erasmus+, and which runs already for 2 years. What I'm going to show you is a concept, but we have a really nice objective that we would like to implement in the upcoming 1 year. So those of you who heard this panel already know that this iPhone Power project aims really high. We would like to empower women at universities who are ambitious, who have great lexical knowledge, but who might not have yet heard about what to do if they have entrepreneurial ideas and how to start their own businesses. So our objective is that those women who took our course at the selected universities, who took part in the mentorship program, and who are really eager to start their own projects, let it be a teeny tiny project while they are studying, or a really big dream that they want to fulfill and establish a really great company, well, those women will be given a chance to participating at an international summer and winter school, to meet their peers, to get motivated even more, to get inspired by women who are a few steps ahead of them, who are in the same shoes as them, so that they can actually be successful in the field of entrepreneurship. This is our objective. But what are our foundations? How can we do all this? Well, we did an international research project. You heard it in the beginning of this panel, where we asked ladies who already run businesses in different countries of Europe, starting from Iceland to Spain, Portugal, Romania, Germany, Austria, and Hungary. And we realized that women, no matter where they live, they face pretty similar circumstances. They are still bound by gender roles. The environment they live in has a great effect on how they run their businesses, whether they will start it at all, whether they will finish it in half a year, or whether they will thrive. So we learned from this international research project. We designed the curriculum. We also designed a training methodology. We implemented it already at 4 universities. And of course, we also have prior experience at Sigmund Freud University, which is specialized in psychology, psychotherapy, and medical sciences, and nowadays also in law. So these are the foundations we can put together and we can rely on, and we can design and hopefully also implement a great summer and winter school for these ladies. But who are these ladies we wanna talk to and really hopefully we can also talk to? Well, we will select 12 students, 3 per participating country in this project. And they, by the time they arrive to the summer or winter school, they have taken part in our academic program. They also have outstanding entrepreneurial ideas. They all speak fluent English. And these 12 students will be selected through a transparent procedure by an independent jury consisting of experts, professors, and also peers, because we want to boost participation. But who are they? Who are we talking about when we are talking about women at higher educational institutions? Well, mostly, if you're talking about Europe, women at higher educational institutions are aged between 18 and 25 years of age. I'm talking about women, but many people talk about them as girls. Some might even refer to them as chicks. And this is really degrading, but they have to face this. Whenever they go out there to a bank and say, I want to have my own business and I want a credit for this business idea, they have to deal with these stereotypes of being a young girl or even a chick. And these women are digital natives. These women are those who are there with their mobile phones when they want to reach out to their peers. They are there with their MacBooks and laptops when they want to search for information. They do not belong to the generation which goes to the library that often. They do not read brochures which are like somewhere outside on the street or at the corridors of the university. they live mostly in the online world, especially in the past half a year. And these women we are working with might be fearful due to the constant competition and evaluation. They have to live in an environment, in an academic environment, which keeps evaluating them and which keeps telling them that you are not as good as, you could be better than. And this is not something which helps you if you have really fragile ideas and if you are in a vulnerable stage of your life. So when we were thinking about establishing a summer school and winter school for these ladies, we took into consideration who they are and who they could be if they did participate in this special summer and winter program. But what do we want them to remember if they come and join our program? Well, most of all, the skills. We don't want to give them lexical knowledge. They have enough of it at the universities. By the time they come to us, they have taken the course, maybe even 2 courses. Some of them are specialized in business or economics, but they might not be willing to give it a try. They might have the lexical knowledge, but they might not know that collaboration is key to success. That working alone in business doesn't make you succeed as much as you could if you did collaborate with the others. We also would like to show them that thinking out of the box is something which can make you stand out and which can make you that one company which gets the funding from the investors. And being exceptional is not a bad thing. We would also like to show what a growth mindset is. And last but not least, we will show them that sustainability on all levels is key for them personally and also for their business if they want to walk on this pathway of entrepreneurship. But what we will do, we know who they are, we know what we want to focus on, but what we will do with them? Well, the aim is to focus primarily on them and the product they want to sell. We want to provide a space during this winter and summer program which is free of judgment, which is free of criticism. They get enough of it at the university where they are being graded. But since it's a summer school and a winter school, we also want it to be fun and dynamic and engaging. So if they come with those business ideas, we are not telling them, well, this is not going to work. But we would like them to put on that red hat and to put on that green hat and to build upon inclusion and to build and to demolish those walls they have in mind when it comes to business models, funding criteria, European structures and statistics. And we would like to focus on them and their product. So we will build up a bottom-up approach. And there is something when I was presenting this summer school and winter school idea to my colleagues for the first time, I thought going green is really important, especially at the time of the climate change. It was 2 years ago when we started this project and we knew about Brexit. It was all around us in the news and we thought that there could be new taxes implemented, that the borders of the European Union could be changing. We were not sure yet. But we never thought about the fact that a random virus might hit us and to make us move into our living rooms and bedrooms and have to direct our companies and university courses from those rooms. So borders and restrictions are real and are all around us. And the women, the young women at the universities who are just thinking about starting their enterprises, all have to face this. That they don't know what the borders will be, they don't know how and when new restrictions will affect them, but still they can do that enterprise if they want. What we also consider especially important, that growing without destroying yourself is key. And growing without destroying your environment, let it be your close environment or big environment, is also something you have to keep in mind, especially the youngest generation who would like to do great business and travel across continents and ship different stuff from continents. And they will have to think about local and regional instead of global, many of them. How we will do what we are planning. We will apply many different methodologies and theories. We will rely on gamification. We have learned a lot from Carol Dweck from California, and we will definitely apply her ideas on growth mindset. Our colleagues from Iceland introduced us to design thinking, a wonderful methodology that was already implemented in the teaching material and which the students already learned about in the classrooms at their home universities. Well, design thinking will be one of the key methodologies of our summer and winter school. We will also rely on blue ocean strategy. We will have many ice-breaking and team-building exercises. And since Sigmund Freud University is the one coordinating the summer and winter school, we will also make sure that self-awareness will become integral in the 1 week long program. And of course, we will focus on gender. How will we do this? Well, each day will have a specific theme. Day 1 will focus on who we are working with and who we are. Day 2 will focus on contextualization. We will focus on where these women are, where they would like to build up their business, and where those cooperation partners are whom they want to cooperate with. Day 3 will focus on how and why they want to do that business, and we will make sure that they will look out of the box. And then they will also incorporate innovation into their ideas, even if it sounds crazy right now, because that can make them elevate out of the crowd. Then day 4 will focus on the means. How do they want to do that business? Is it digital technologies? Is it something on a local level where they can really walk to the neighborhood and ask the others to cooperate? So what are the means of doing business? Day 5 will focus on how. Okay, I have my ideas, but how on earth am I selling it? So we will talk about them. We will talk about pitching, how to talk about everything they have in their head, which might be blurry, which might be chaotic, and we give it a form. Day 6 will focus on connecting to others, networking, and it might sound so natural for those of you who are listening to us from Western part of Europe. But in coming from Eastern Europe myself, and also seeing students, many students at Sigmund Freud University who come from different cultures, networking is not taken for granted for all students. And we really have to talk about the fact that alone you don't get far. And there are certain tactics, certain methods, which you can learn and which you can develop. It's like a muscle. And then you can cooperate with the others. And day 7, we will wrap everything up and we will conclude the week where we started. It all starts and ends with the person who does the business. We will have to talk about gender all week long, but we will come back to the fact that on a personal level, you have to build up your project in a way that it's sustainable, that you can manage many factors in your life and your business, and you're not burning out, because then you're not going to go far away. Every single day is designed already, because we were supposed to do this summer school last week. It was supposed to take place in Romania, in a wonderful little town in Transylvania, but unfortunately we couldn't do that because of the pandemic. So we will meet in Stuttgart in the beginning of next year, and then hopefully we can also go back and go to Transylvania and meet with our students in that lovely little town. And as you see, every single day is already designed. We have selecting project ideas, we have even ideas for the mini excursions and how to make them think out of the box and how to demolish those towers, ivory towers of academia, and make that business really live and really fun. So here you can see our our daily structures on the morning and afternoon level. And last but not least, I would like also to talk about the impact that we would like to have on these students and on the life of these students. If we manage to do this summer school and winter school, and if we manage to show students coming from Iceland, coming from Austria, Hungary, and Romania to this summer school, and if we can make them meet experts coming from different countries of Europe, we really hope that these skills will give them real life experiences. They will give them such roots, like real practical things, which they can use even after 15 years when they think back of this summer school or winter school. And we really hope that we can also give them social capital. We can enlarge their network, and whenever they have a question, no matter where they are, in Iceland or in Romania, they can always reach out, dare to reach out, and to get that help from different parts of the world. Even though we invite 12 students to this summer and winter school, we want many more students to get the advantage of this project. That's why those students who participate in our courses at different universities, we would like them to be there with us online. That's why we will have many newsletters, we will do online streamings, we will do many Facebook stories, Instagram stories. We might even create mini videos based on the lessons learned, on the biggest failures, on the funny stories that happened during the summer and winter school, to boost communication also with those students who are not there with us, and to build up that network, that supporting network, which might be a key factor to success of our female students at higher educational institutions. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I will be here during the discussion session to answer them.
Well, which is actually now the discussion section already. So thank you, Fanny, also for presenting our winter and summer school methodology, and also giving this really good and important facts about it. So we still have a couple of minutes. So if there's any question from the audience, you can still ask via the platform. So please do so. I'm going back to my slide. Oh no, I cannot. Okay, so if still we do not have any question from the audience, I have one to all of you, actually, or mainly to the university partners, but I think all the others can answer. So what would you recommend to other universities who would like to take over the methodology, how to the methodology of not only the curriculum but the whole package? I mean, so we are really encouraging universities to take it over, because already in our case, as Orsi mentioned at the beginning, that there's 4 different universities, so we have a methodology implementing different ways. So is there anything you would recommend to other universities who just get our methodology and they start to use this in their own frame? Either Fanny or Orsi, if you have anything to add.
I might.
Okay.
So during the course that we implemented in the past semester online, we had students who are doing their bachelor degrees and or working towards their master degrees. And they know that at the end of their studies, they will have to open their own practices. They keep, everybody talks about their practice, either psychotherapy or psychology practice, or the legal firm that they will open, or the dental medical doctors. They will have their own practices. But the students concluded that actually they know they have to do that, but they have never thought about really doing it. They were waiting for something. And this course was really that something which gave them the courage to start thinking about it. So it's not only if we really want to enable our students to become really good medical doctors or really good psychologists, we really have to give them not only the lexical skills, but everything which makes them successful out there. And it might also include those trivial things as making a website or thinking about translating your business cards to different languages. This is all part of the story. And even at the universities, which are academic institutions, we have to start thinking about these aspects, and we have to be brave to talk about the failures. So this course was something which was eye-opening for both the faculty and the students, and I will really encourage other universities to go for it and to start implementing it also at other places.
Yes, in my opinion, yes, this course is could be useful for any kind of university, any kind of faculty, because the course is developed so you need a good teacher to have the course, and maybe it's a practical thing that not a terminal year student to pick the course, but a second year student, because at the end of a bachelor degree or master degree, the students are very concerned about their degrees, and not so our experience showed that a second year student is the best way. But I agree with Fanny that any kind of open-minded student and university can be a helpful teaching module.
Okay, thank you. So we are really encouraging other universities to take over our module, which is actually available already on our website. And there, I've got a couple of questions, and one is that if we are using role models in our mentorship programs, I'm giving the floor to Jürgen to answer this question. If you can turn on your microphone. So are we using your role models? Actually, you were quite mentioning it, but if you can add a little bit more about that would be great.
Yes. Important is to know that the discussion has to take place between the student and the mentor, and they have to identify the needs of the student. So of course they can use some models and experiences from other cases, but important is to do it individual, based on the needs of the student, and that's why the student has to make a description, profile of the person, of the student, what is the plans, what is the status of thinking about entrepreneurship. Exists something already in mind to become entrepreneur, more concrete or less, or is it only just an idea or a minimum an openness to do this? So such things are important to tell to the mentor, and then they have to do an agreement about what is the content of this mentorship. And as a university, we have to take care about the quality of this mentorship. That's why it's also necessary to have a report and to do some follow-ups to ensure that the student gets really a good coaching and that the mentor is really involved. So but mainly it's an individual agreement between mentor and student. And whatever they have to discuss and whatever helps to the student is welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Jürgen. And if the organizers let me share my screen again. There was a request to share the emails of the speakers, because it went away really quickly. So here you have. Hopefully you can see the contact of our speakers or the whole group. But actually, so the website of our, if you contact also our, but you can see it now. Okay, thank you. So you can take a picture, or yeah, whenever you have any more questions, you can contact us separately, the speakers, either Virag or Shoya, Jürgen, or Fanny Erzsébet Tóth from their institution, and we are really open to give you help or support if you are interested in taking over or be involved actually in our project, because we are still open for any kind of cooperation. And at the very end, I did not see. So at the very end, you would like to, as the beginning, just ask your feedback about our session and about the whole topic actually. So I'm again asking you to join us at Slido. We have like 3 more minutes to do so, or use the QR code or type slido.com. I let you a couple of seconds. And yes, please share your feedback with us. Oh, already some feedback. So the question was, what feelings, lessons learned do you bring home from this session? And really thank you for these answers. So women are HÉTFA, use programs and training, support other women power, be confident, motivation. And I can see here one question also, will Empower expanded to different universities? Can you participate by studying at another university? So yes, I'm just checking this question now, but kind of we answered. So it is open to other universities. Now in the partnership we have 4 universities, and now this methodology is taught only at these universities, but we are really open and we support other universities, and we also disseminate our program to and hopefully other universities will take it over. So if you are a student or a teacher, please to share your experiences with Empower, or share the possibility to either your rector or colleagues that it's really open. So and please do so, and we are really open for helping you to use it. So I think we are almost out of time. So we are really thank you for your attention and contribution and activity. Actually, it was really nice to connect with you. Even we are not in Czech, but from 5 different countries actually, or 4 different countries, but several different places. So we encourage you to connect with us either separately to the speakers or to the program, and follow us on the different platforms. And we are really looking forward to get in contact with you, and hope you can you are more now with a little knowledge about this entrepreneurship education and what we do in the theme of this project. Okay, so thank you for your attention again, and thank you also for ESOF 2020 for the possibility to be here.